right away, after his name was announced, the trial began. In the center, you see a huge light. They describe that this light is so bright, like if you take all the projectors all over the world and put them together, it won't be as bright as this light. But the difference is that the light, as bright as it is, it does not blind your eyes. You're able to look directly into it. Do you know if you look now in the sun 1 or 2 minutes, you become blind for life? Did you know that? If you raise your face up and you look at the sun directly, the light of the sun will make you, in maximum 2 minutes, blind for life. Don't ever try it at home. Also out of home. But that light, you can look into the light and you have a huge attraction to this light. But once the trial begins, you don't have time for attractions right now. You begin to understand, especially if you came to rabbis' lectures and they warned you about that day, and you kept pushing it away and ignore it, and now it's exploding in your face, and you already know that the rabbi told you don't miss the train. By the time you'll be there, will be too late for you. So you know now you're in a serious problem, and now you're thinking, Ma'ayin yavo ezri. Now I want to remind you, based on the holy books, the main factor of the punishments in the afterlife is the shame. Yes, there will be physical punishments, such as hell or kafakela and all of those things. But what kills people the most over there, it's a spiritual punishment. It's the shame that you have in front of God. When they show you in your trial on a screen in front of all the court of heaven, all the sins that you did in hidden rooms, on the internet, when you were alone, middle of the night, hidden place in the street somewhere, things that you thought nobody is watching, everything is recorded. And now you have to explain why you did this and how did you did not think to do something like this in front of God and in front of the court of heaven, and you're going crazy from the shame. You don't know the level of the shame today. If you come to a little child, 2 years old, and you tell them, don't touch the candy, no chocolate, no more. Then you left the room, come back, you call him taking a chocolate. What happened to this kid when you look at his eyes? He looked to the side. You come to the side, he turns to the other side. He's only 2 years old, 1 year old. He cannot look at your face. He knows he did something wrong, and immediately the shame kicks in, even though he doesn't know anything from his life. The soul cannot take the shame. By the way, why did Hashem make such a system that people faint? I'm not talking someone that he has epilepsy, that he falls and has seizures and he faints. No, not this kind of fainting. Or he was in the sun for 10 hours with no water, so he fainted. I'm talking people that faint when they get a big shame. Something just happened and they see that they were embarrassed in public, whoop, they right away faint. Why? This fainting is one step before a heart attack. If a person won't faint, in a minute or two, his heart will cease to work and he's going to die. Before a person dies, Hashem puts him to sleep right away. He made a system, a mechanism, boom, right away, shut down everything. And you fall asleep and the heart relax. If not, you'll be dead. There was an incident in Israel. There was a wedding of a Chatan and Kala. And you know, in Israel, people give you envelope, lots of them has cash. The gifts, checks and cash. So what happened? They have a big bag. Today they made safe. You can put everything in a safe. The end of the night, they give you the key. You take the. But in the old days, it wasn't like that. So you had a big bag, and you put all the bags in, and someone is putting it under one of the tables, and someone is assigned to watch it until the end of the night. At midnight, when the wedding was over, The Khatan and Kala, they're not so rich. They're counting all the cash there to pay the catering, the all. People bring a lot of cash, so they assume we have thousands of dollars in cash. We're going to pay whatever we owe. The bag disappeared. Someone stole the whole bag with all the gifts. They searched everywhere, asking. Nobody saw anything. They called the police. The police came. The police said, oh, there's nothing we can do. There was no cameras in those days. There's nothing to do. The police said, there's nothing we can do. If you give us a suspect, someone, witness, then we will investigate. What a horrible way to end the wedding. They went home, they are broken, they couldn't pay the place. Disaster. 3 weeks later, they get the videotape of the wedding. It used to be big video cassettes, like this, big. It's an event. They invite the whole family. 50 people show up, the uncles, the cousins, the neighbors, the friends. The house is packed with people for the premiere opening of the film, The End of Days. No, the wedding of Mr. X and Mrs. X. As they're watching the video, all of a sudden, the girl said to her husband, Avi, look at the bag. The bag is right, you see? The bag is under the table. Maybe we will see who took it. A minute later, they see a man walking with a suit from the back, go underneath, take the whole bag, push it under his jacket, goes like this, turns to the side to run, and the video camera is right on his face. And all the guests in the house heard, boom! The chair fell on the floor. Everybody looked down. The father of the bride just fainted, while they see on the screen that he was the thief. Steal the gift of his own daughter and son-in-law. Such a low-life garbage. How can Hashem stand such people on this world? And you see what his daughter is going through. I mean, let's say you're such a dirty person that you went and stole the gifts of your daughter's wedding, but now after you see the suffering she had all night, and the next day, and the stress, and the catering, all this calling, and you see, you should regret at one point and say, don't ask. We found the bag. I don't know how it got over there. Someone brought it to... Make up a story. How can you live like that? But Hashem paid him. In front of everybody, the whole family saw what a low life he is. What happened to him? He couldn't take the shame. And he disappeared. He did not ever show up anymore for a while. Imagine you have to live knowing that you have such a father. It's a nightmare. But this mechanism of getting the shame and faint right away before it's too late was designed to protect your life.